Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to do this super bright eye and bronzed face summer tutorial, so let's get started. So I'm first going to start out with my eyes. I'm using the Kat Von D Shade Plus Light Prime and Correct Eyeshadow Primer, I think is what it's called. Not positive, but it's matte, and I just dot that on my eyelids and then just start blending that in up into your crease. For my first eyeshadow, I'm just using this ColourPop eyeshadow in Flipper, and this is just a really pretty metallic tangerine shade, but then when you put it on, it doesn't have very much pigmentation. It's just really glittery, as you can see here, but I'm just putting that all over my lid in an even coat so it gets as much pigmentation as it can get. And then I'm just taking this Eco Tools flat shader brush, and I'm going to be using this Too Faced Sugar Pop palette using the color Macaroon, and this looks exactly like Flipper, but it has a ton more pigmentation. So I'm just going to dip into that and start dabbing that all over Flipper, and as you can see, like, it is getting pigmented, girl. So you just put as much of that on as you want until it gets as pigmented as you like it. Then going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. I love this palette, guys, so much. I'm going to be using Almond Truffle with this Eco Tools crease brush, and this is a really unique brush. I actually really loved it, so I'm just dipping into that. This is my favorite crease shade of all time, and I'm just popping that into my crease to help everything blend later, and plus it is a very beautiful color. And since I'm going in with such dramatic eyeshadow, I'm going to be using some tape. So what you do is you just cut a little piece off and then put it on your skin and rip it off a couple times so it isn't as sticky, and then just place it on your eyes. And then I put some underneath my eyes too, just so like the blue wouldn't fall everywhere. And then I'm just using this really fluffy blending brush from Eco Tools with this Sephora eyeshadow, and this is called Cacao Punch or something, I don't know, but it is really pretty sparkly blue, and you can get this from the Sephora gift thing from your points is where I'm pretty sure I got this one. But you're just going to go in with that blending brush first so it blends out a little bit. I learned this from Jaclyn Hill BT Dub. But you're just going to go in there with that and create just like a light shadow of what you're going to do next. And then I'm just taking this blending brush from I don't know where because it didn't have a name on it. But I'm going to take that and blend out the blue because it's kind of harsh there. So I just blended that out. And then taking the Eco Tools highlight brush. This is more of a tapered brush, so I'm just taking that in there and putting it into the crease and making a V, and this just makes it more, what is the word, it just makes it more pigmented, and I'm creating a V, so I'm going through the crease, making that darker, and then down the edge of my eye to make a V, and that is it. So I just keep going over that until it gets the amount of blue I want it to. So since I'm using blue, I just figured I would blend that again, so I'm just taking it and blending it in the crease with that same brush that I don't know what it's called, and I'm going back in with Almond Truffle, and that was the crease shade I had, and I'm just putting that in there to just help it blend even more. Now I'm going to rip off that tape, and you have a super harsh line left there, so we have to blend that out. So I tried taking a brush, but where the sticky stuff from the tape was on my face, it didn't blend very well, so I just ended up taking my fingers and kind of scrubbing it a little bit, which is probably not good for your skin, but then it finally blended out, so it was good. Now I'm going to start concealing everything with this humongous foundation brush. So the concealer I'm using is the Instant Age Rewind concealer. So I'm just going to take this and dot it all over the little blemishes and redness that I have everywhere. I always get red in my eyes, like that area. I don't know why, but it just always happens. So then I'm just taking that humongous foundation brush and just blending that out. So then for foundation, I'm just using the Clinique Even Better little foundation stuff. I'm just dotting this all on my face and it's almost gone, so that's why I was like actually squirting it onto my face, because you really should not do that. But then I'm just blending it out with a beauty blender, and just make sure you blend that up into your hairline really good, because you don't have like two faces up there. And then I'm using the e.l.f. powder brush, which is huge, with this Tarte Holidays palette. I'm using the Social Butterfly, and we are contouring. Now this is a really light cool tone brown, so you really can't hardly see it. So if you're using a darker, then you don't need a big brush like this. But since mine's just a really light shade of brown, I just took a big brush and just packed that stuff on there. And you're just going to put that all over your forehead, and if you have a big forehead, put it closer to your eyebrows. I have a huge forehead, so that's what I'm doing there. And then you're going to take it from the top of your ears down, and then that is basically it for that. And then also, you can put it down your jawbone, like I'm doing here, to just give you a little more emphasis. And I'm using this Jessup little edge angled brush, and I'm taking that contour and putting it on the edges of my nose, because I forgot to do that, and I'm just blending that out, and then taking it up to the top of my eyebrow, as you can see, and it just creates a really nice shadow, and I just really like it. Now going in with the e.l.f. complexion brush and my Naked Urban Decay Flesh Palette in Native, I'm taking that bronzer, and this is just a super fluffy brush. I'm just taking that bronzer, and I'm using this as a blush today. So I'm putting it where I put bronzer and where I put blush, so that's why I'm using such a big brush right now. And I'm just putting that everywhere, all over my cheeks. And then I forgot to do this, but I'm just taking that contour shade again from the Tarte palette and putting that below my lips, just to give it a little bit more like a pucker, sort of, you know, to make my lips look bigger. For highlight, I'm just using this Liquid Opal by Becca, and I'm just taking that and kind of dabbing it on the tops of my cheekbones like this, and then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and then blend that out right there. So I just think this looks really awesome when you do this. I like using a beauty blender rather than a brush, because the brush sort of sweeps the foundation and stuff away. And then I'm taking the applicator and just putting it on my Cupid's bow. And yeah, so then I'm just going to blend that out. And then I end up taking it and putting it above my brows. And then I blend that out too. For even more highlight, I'm taking ColourPop Wisp. And I'm taking my beauty blender, putting that in there. And I'm putting that all over the spots that I just highlighted. And that just makes you look like a stinking glowing goddess. So now I'm just using this e.l.f. spoolie brush and just brushing through my eyebrows. Now I'm taking Urban Decay Heavy Metal Eyeliner in Distortion, and I'm just going to take this and create a line. Then I'm going over that line one more time to make it thicker, and then I'm creating a little wing so it's super glittery, and yeah. Now for mascara, I'm taking Benefit Roller Lash and NARS Audacious Mascara. So first I'm going in with the NARS, because this one is super flaky and it falls everywhere. I don't really like it very much, but it makes your lashes look awesome. So I'm putting that on first, on top and bottom lashes, just to make your eyelashes look cute. And then I'm taking the Benefit one, I'm putting that over top of it, and this is sort of to seal it off and just unclip some of that stuff that's on there. So yeah, so then it looks like it's false lashes. Then I'm taking Too Faced Melted Metallic Debutante and putting that on the lips. It's just a really pretty coral lip, and yeah, so that's about it for this. So I love you guys so much. I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.